This is Car Chronicles Extra. Well, we are back. Our 2-week hiatus is over, and there certainly was a lot happening while we were off. Attacks in Libya, possibly driving up the price of a gallon of gasoline, as well as part shortages caused by a big earthquake in Japan. We'll look at that in the coming moments. We'll also take a test drive of a very important new vehicle from Dodge, the all-new midsize car, the new Avenger. But we start with the United Auto Workers Union. UAW members from all over the country getting together in Detroit this past week to set priorities for all of their contract talks, but most particularly the negotiations this summer involving Ford, GM, and Chrysler.
It's a fight, you know what I'm saying? It starts at the bottom and work our way back up. We had a lot of things in the past, and right now I think it's time for us to get a little bit back.
And we've been losing way too much over the last few years. We just want to keep what we got, keep going. I know the company's making a lot of money, we just want a share of it.
Job security, I mean, that's always number one, even though I'm a retiree. But like I said, the biggest thing I hope as far as the retiree goes is that we keep, they can help us with our benefits.
Solidarity, solidarity, solidarity is the key. Thank you.
The union putting job creation at the top of their list, also winning back work that's been outsourced to suppliers, and the leaders admit they won't get back everything. It's likely, they say, two-tier wages will be around for a while. And what's a UAW convention without a march?
We got the power! What kind of power? Union power!
3 different groups heading out of Detroit's Cobo Center into city streets, meeting up in front of the Guardian building in downtown Detroit, which just happens to have a Bank of America branch.
We pay taxes, why don't you?
The union has been targeting banks that receive federal money, pressuring them to do more for their communities. As we record this, it's been 2 weeks since the earthquake in Japan, and the full impact of the auto industry is yet to be felt. The people at IHS Automotive have been watching this closely, and we've been talking with their analysts, like Aaron Bragman.
The issue is not even so much with automakers' plants that are damaged, but the suppliers that are damaged. So we have what we call the downstream disruption. If you have a small electronic component that's damaged, you can't build a car, no matter where in the world it's built.
And as we look at things, a lot of these parts come across the sea on ships, so I would imagine that's something that means, you know, what's happening right now is something that'll actually be getting to plants in another weeks or months.
Yeah, we're looking at probably another 3 weeks or so before we really start to feel the impact, I think, of the Japanese shutdown, both in terms of suppliers and that they're not going to have parts. The inventory that's in the plants and the inventory that's in the pipeline on ships and on rail from the Japanese plants will eventually dry up. In terms of vehicles that have come in for the consumer, we're looking at some of the more fuel-efficient Japanese things like the Toyota Prius, the Honda Fit, various things like that are not going to be available if production in Japan doesn't get back up and running soon.
Now let's get behind the wheel of a very important new midsize car for Dodge, the brand new Dodge Avenger. Dodge has made a lot of changes in its midsize car, and they're all positive. The engine's more powerful. It has 283 horsepower with better fuel economy, 19 highway, 29 city. Now the overall driving experience is pleasant as well, bordering on sporty, but you're not going to blow anybody's doors off. The interior, less plastic, a more modern look. It's still roomy with a decent-sized trunk. Now, the test car Chrysler provided me with had a very unique interior trim that changed color as the sun hit it. On the outside, the exterior styling a bit bolder, closer to that of the larger Dodge Charger. Now, the Avenger has received a lot of criticism, and the old vehicle really wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And this upgrade doesn't make it great either, but it does make the Avenger a lot better. That's our program this week. When we return, we're going to go through some very interesting training that GM is giving to auto workers. All that, as well as some of the latest auto industry headlines. I'm AutoBeat reporter Jeff Gilbert. Thanks for joining us.